Hello everyone. I'm alive and well. Actually, I'm really tired, um, which is why I decided to do this video all natural, um, because I had my baby boy and he's right over here in his little rockaroo, sleeping, which is amazing because he usually doesn't sleep when Nick's gone. Um, During the day he's up, but I'm gonna tell my birth story. And yeah, I didn't want to get ready because honestly I don't want to leave his side, and I just want to be real. Like, this is what it looks like after you have a child, for me at least. I know there's other moms on here who do their birth story and they look like beautiful and all made up, but I don't feel like getting ready, so here we go. Here's the story. So I didn't do any of my updates. I don't think I did a 38-week update. I don't think I did a 39-week update. I definitely didn't do a 40-week update. Because by that time I had nothing really to report. Nothing was changing. Everything was the same. My weight was the same. My symptoms were the same. Everything was the same. I tried so many different things to go put myself into labor, which honestly, any moms who are trying to go into whatever, eat pineapple, eat this, walk stairs, I think it's all baloney, because I think that your body will do it when it's ready, and there's nothing you can do that would speed up labor. I don't think. I just think that's all BS, honestly. So also excuse the mess. We're trying to clean and organize everything, but it's pretty hard with a new little guy. He's such a good little sleeper. Okay, sorry. Anyways, so what had happened was I was due on February 9th. That was when I was turning 40 weeks. And so 2 days before that, Super Bowl Sunday, later that night, I had woken up in the middle of the night with contractions. And I didn't really know if it was a contraction or not. You know, people are always, throughout the whole week, I'd get a pain, and I'm like, oh, is this it? And people are like, oh, you'll know. And I was like, how would I know? This is my first baby. I will not know. And the truth is, friends out there having your first child, you will know. It's it's just crazy. So I woke up in the middle of the night with some contractions, but I wasn't really sure. I knew that's what it was, but I didn't know if they were going to be consistent. And I kind of woke Nick up, and I'm like, I think I'm starting to have contractions, but I don't know, I'm just going to start timing them. And they were happening every 5 to 8 minutes. And, I couldn't fall asleep, so I didn't sleep that whole night. And then at around 6 in the morning, I ended up waking Nick up, because I let him sleep through that whole 6-hour time for when I was having the contractions, because I was thinking in my head, when it gets really bad, hi, boo-boo. Stretchy boy. Oh, yes. I was thinking, when they get really bad, I'll wake him up and then I'll start, getting my massages and whatever. I didn't want to use him too early because I really wanted, when I asked for his help, for him to know that, I really needed help. And, what? Are you gonna wake up while Mommy's filming? Are you gonna wake up? Oh. Oh, no. Okay. So I didn't wake him up anyways. Not my child, but Nick. And we ended up going to the hospital at 6 in the morning on Monday, the 8th. And we got there, and they hooked me up to the thing, whatever. And they kept saying, if you were really in labor, you'd be freaking out a little bit more than that. Which made me mad because I'm like, hello, this hurts. I just have a high pain tolerance. So they're hooking me up, and I definitely was having contractions about every 5 minutes. But when they checked me, I wasn't dilated past. The girl's like, you're just dilated like a fingernail or something, or the tip of a finger. And I was like, well, that's super discouraging that you would say that. And she was like, so we're going to go ahead and send you home. And basically she said, don't come back unless your contractions are 2 minutes apart. And I'm like, 2 minutes apart? So I'm like, okay, well, that's a bummer. So we left and went home. And my sister decided to drive down from Arizona. She was like, I know it's going to happen soon, so I'm just going to come down. So she was driving here from Arizona to San Diego, where I'm residing in, and throughout the whole day, I just had continuous contractions every 5 minutes, like almost to the dot every 5 minutes. And I'm like, this sucks. Like, I can't, they're not going to admit me into the hospital and all this stuff. And, they weren't unbearable. Like, I was okay. My sister ended up bringing her 2 kids down to my house, and we had pizza, and we all hung out, and I was still having contractions continuously every 5 minutes. And I feel like I'm going to ramble on about this part for a while. But, they started to get a little worse, so they left, and I decided to get my rest because I knew it was going to happen soon. And they actually at the hospital suggested I take Tylenol PM, which I really didn't want to do, but I hadn't slept this was going to be my second night of not sleeping, so I was like, I'm going to do it. So I took the Tylenol PM, and I think I slept maybe 2 hours. And then I woke up, and the contractions were getting worse and worse, but they were still only every 5 minutes. But they were lasting for about 90 seconds. So, in my head, I'm like, well, I'm obviously not in active labor if I'm not having them every 2 to 3 minutes. So I didn't wake Nick up. I let him sleep. And I'm like, because I was really trying to, like, emphasize when I was going to need him so that he knew, like, to drop everything and really help me. And I didn't wake him up. I went and kept taking... I would wake up and take, wasn't sleeping, but I would go and lay in the bath and close my eyes, and every 5 minutes I was getting this 90-second contraction that hurt so, it was really getting bad, but I was like, okay, well, the girl said not to come back unless it's 2 to 3 minutes, and so every once in a while I would, like, get out of the bath and I would sit in bed, but there's no way that I could move, like, you can't move to make the contraction feel better, and so every, once in a while I would just squeeze Nick, and he was totally passed out. He had no idea what was going on. And, like, I'm trying to breathe through it, and I'm, like, telling myself, like, my body is meant to do this. Like, this is, like, what's supposed to happen. This isn't anything I can't handle. Oh, why are you making that face, Bubs? You gonna go potty? Probably, huh? So, anyways, let me just get to this. So then, at about 11 o'clock the next morning, on my due date, the 40 weeks, they were still 5 minutes apart, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this pain is bad. Like, I really think this pain's bad. But I didn't want to go to the hospital and get sent home again, so I called my OB, and I talked to the nurse, and because I was supposed to have an appointment with my doctor that day, or no, it wasn't 11 in the morning, that's when my appointment was. It was probably around like 7 in the morning. I called, or 8, whenever they opened, and I called and I said, like, can I move my appointment up because I don't want to get sent home and I'm in so much pain. And the girl was like, well, what's your pain level on a scale of 1 to 10? And I was like, I'm at least at a 7. Like, I'm in a lot of pain. And she said, just go to the hospital, we'll make sure that you're admitted. So I was like, alright, it's go time. So Nick and I got all of our stuff ready, we got in the car. I was still having him every 5 minutes, and when we got to the hospital, they set me up in a room, and they checked me, and I was already at a 5. And I was like, thank God, because I could have, well, first of all, I could have done it without an epidural, but I was at 5, and I was like, I have not slept in 2 days, so I was like, give it to me. Give me the juice. Give me the epidural. So I literally got to the hospital, and I got the epidural within an hour, and let me just say, it's amazing. It's a game changer, guys. It is a game changer. I was not able to really sleep. I probably could have, but, I had people in my room, and, it was just hard for me to get rest. And it was the middle of the day, and the sun was shining. And anyways, he ended up being born at 6:44 on Tuesday, February 9th. And we named him Bowie. So his name is Bowie Matthew. And he weighed 8 pounds, 12 ounces. And was 20 inches long. And he was just a cutie. I think I only pushed for an hour or so. And I don't know, it really wasn't bad. Like, of course I had the epidural, but I have to say it was way less bad than what I thought it was going to be. And I did tear, so I have stitches, and but everything else was pretty good, and he's really healthy, and we already had his 1 week appointment, and he gained all of his weight back because we left the hospital and he was 8'4". So he's 8'13", and he's perfect. Has a great disposition. Oh, he's just great. He really is. So that's just my labor and delivery story. I'll show you guys him, and then I'll probably do, he's 9 days now, but I'll probably do a 2-week update, like postpartum for myself and for Bowie. But I will say right now that if you are a new mom, breastfeeding is tough, but if you really want to breastfeed, you stick it out, because I almost gave up after the 2nd day because he was cluster feeding, trying to get the milk to come in, and he fed for 6 hours straight with 2 5-minute breaks, because I had to go to the bathroom. Like, that was the break. It wasn't like he was done feeding or anything. It was so rough. So I just have to say, 9 days later, it's so much better. It's so much easier. You will get through it. It's like, get help if you need it, but don't give up. It's like, it will get a lot easier. It's the only postpartum thing I think that I'm going to say right now, because I will do a video on that. But other than that, I have a beautiful, healthy baby. I just love him so much. I can't even believe he was in my stomach. Oh, smiles! He's just so cute. Let's see. Let's see if I can get him in. So here's the dog. But let's see if we can get him in here. There's Boo Boo's. My cute little angel. Yeah, it's about time for him to eat again, so we will be moving. But thanks for watching. I know this video is kind of boring. It's just like my experience. But I'll definitely be doing a 2-week postpartum. I think I want to do a video on breastfeeding, because I was just so discouraged in the beginning, and I just want to know that, I want people to know, our new moms to know, that it gets better, and just any questions about that. But I'm doing pretty well. I'm sore, I'm tired, but it's so worth it, and I want like 40 more children now. He's just the cutest. So, yeah, if you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe. I'll definitely be doing more videos now that I'm getting in more of a routine and I'm feeling a little bit better. It was kind of a rough first week, even though he's so easy. It's just getting used to not sleeping, and adjusting is not totally easy, but that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching, and I'll have a new video up in a couple of days.